On April 7th, 2017, the brands Nick Patry and Joey Glock formed Cold Cans Media LLC in Washington state. The company's mission was to create content that would rank the top 100 beers of all time. The primary source of content was the entertainment podcast Cold Cans, the top 100 beers of all time, though the company later included its social media offerings on the platform.
Setting off on their journey, Nick and Joey released their first episode where they debuted Miller Lite at the number 1 spot. The podcast grew weekly with mild success, and hashtag Cold Cans Nation was formed. Segments were introduced, such as Parable or Terrible and Glock's Gripes.
Soon the boys were joined by friends and guests Nick and Braden from Canada, Casey Ryerson as a boots-on-the-ground correspondent, Joey's wife Devin Glock, the Princess of Pineapples Brittany Bunjong, the boys' lawyer Spencer Morris, Nick's brother Zach Patry, and superfan/future commissioner of Cold Cans at Brooks Maddock, Brooks Erickson.
A rotating cast of unpaid interns soon launched their Twitter feed at Cold Cans Pod, follow today, which quickly amassed bot followers until Twitter purged these users in 2018.
Devin launched a legitimate and well-curated Instagram feed at Cold Cans Pod. This feed led to numerous growth opportunities for live events and free merchandise, most of which the boys squandered.
Casey loosely participated in a Snapchat feed which centered around the exploits of a local Manawa bar called Bear Lake. His content focused on a local Manawa man named Nubby and a bartender that he took an unnatural interest in.
The boys sold merch through their website, but paid little attention to their remaining stock and frequently ran out of items after customers ordered them, at times delaying shipment by months.
The show's fledgling mild success led the boys to pay celebrities for interviews, such as former Governor Jesse Ventura and Hollywood stalwart Woody Harrelson. They later expanded to members of the local Seattle bar community, such as Optimism Brewing's founders and Pyramid Brewing's head brewer.
As their content backlog grew, the boys' subjective nature of ranking beers did as well, and they were not prepared for their first list to grow past 20 episodes. This led to the formation of both a beer tier system, Cream of the Crop, the Zen 10, Wildcard, Mildcard, Olive Loaf, Deplorables, and Russian Radioactives, as well as the Great Re-Rank of 2018, where they arbitrarily slotted an assortment of past beers in new positions.
Then, in early 2018, the boys' mental health deteriorated as a result of work and travel obligations, and their content began to suffer. Joey took an interest in freestyle, improvised rap, a skill he was not suited for. Nick brought new friends to the show, such as the incomprehensible underground creature Pollum. Together, their focus drifted to complaining about airplanes and airlines.
These events led their lawyers to suggest hiring a series of producers to bring a new direction to the show. Their first hire was the son of a former guest, Woody Harrelson. Brian Harrelson lasted an unspecified number of episodes before his untimely and unsolved death, parts of which were captured on episode 51, Bud Light Lime. Without the computer knowledge to remove the episode from the feed, the boys' lawyers moved swiftly, threatening all listeners with theft and defamation lawsuits if anyone listened to the episode. The open threat continues to this day.
Moving on from Brian, the boys hired Sydney, who appeared on episode 50, Uinta Baba Black Lager. She later left without warning, and her disappearance, too, is unsolved to this day.
Finally, the boys hired Matt, who currently mans the ones and twos. Matt also appears as a third co-host when called upon.
Things progressed in a slow but positive manner until the incident at the SeaTac Delta Sky Lounge in late 2018. Accounts of these events vary, but both the Joey Glock and Nick Patry brands released a statement.
The aftermath tore apart the fabric of their relationship. They broke up, but due to contractual obligations with their parent company, Cold Cans Media LLC, they agreed to alternate episodes with new friends as guests.
During the breakup, the show went on an extended hiatus, fracturing Cold Cans Nation. Nick was not heard from, and a mentally deteriorating Joey traveled the world reviewing beers in an unaffiliated freelance capacity.
The first show under their new agreement was episode 75, Wells Banana Bread Beer. Nick brought on special guest Brett Carve, a man he met at a butcher shop liquidation sale. Carve was famous for having invented the olive loaf and other types of processed meats. Near the conclusion of his appearance, Carve appeared to threaten Nick's life, leaving listeners unsure of Nick's safety. He was later found alive. Carve has not been heard from since.
The next show under the new agreement was episode 76, Henry Weinhard's Private Reserve. In this episode, Joey snuck into the studio by booking the space on behalf of his friend and guest, Brody Ovac, a man he met flying business class to Tokyo. Joey, banned from the studio by Nick, convinced Matt, the engineer, to allow him to stay for the episode. Brody, a laid-back spirit interested in Zen, discussed his small business where he enlists others to charge electric scooters for him. Near the conclusion of his appearance, Brody revealed his shakedown-esque business model and threatened both Matt and Joey. During a moment of Zen-fueled meditation, Matt rushed from the studio to retrieve Nick. Upon arriving and discovering Joey inside, Nick was immediately enraged. However, after a level setting on the Sky Lounge incident, emotions flooded over the boys, and they agreed to reunite for the final 24 contractually obligated episodes.
As the boys close in on these final episodes, they promised their listeners 3 things: a Fire Festival-esque Cold Cans Summit, a live set of live shows in both Seattle and Manawa. Both of these promises seem dubious at best, but the third promise is coming to fruition today, as we drink on the show Cold Cans Colsch. Be careful. Oh, there was carbonation. Can
The
you smell
yeast
it?
have farted. I could smell it. What do you think?
It smells like beer.
Smells better.
It smells pretty good.
Oh yeah, that actually does smell better than it
Smells
did
like honey rice.
when we bottled it. So it's what is it? It's a
Wow.
honey white ale or something like that.
Well, we should know this. Yeah, it's a honey
ale.
It's a honey ale.
Hey, I'll tell you what, my honey ailed me. That's why I've been divorced 8 times.
Yeah, I did not know what you were saying until you said that. I didn't know where. Usually, I know where your
That's
jokes
the best
are going.
comedy.
did
You don't
not
know
know.
what's coming,
Hold on, let me look up
and then
the
you
beer.
still don't understand it after the fact. I'm gonna pour some Galdang beers here, Joe.
It is a honey brew ale.
God, that's got nice color to it. So
Okay.
this is the beer we brewed. I
Give the
guess we
context,
should,
yep.
give more context on that. About over a month ago, we did the first step in this. We documented it on our Snapchat account. Oh, did you taste it?
No, I just
You
smelled
smelled
it. Oh, hold on. Well, keep
Yeah,
going.
it's
keep
gotta
going.
be
Finish
special.
the-
We can't
finish
taste it yet.
We documented it. We
So
brewed it.
you bought a kit from Amazon.com,
I went
a
on
local Seattle mom and pop shop.
Right. I logged on to Amazon. I bought the Craft to Brew White House Honey Ale Brew.
White House Honey Ale. Okay.
Reusable, make your own beer kit, 1 gallon's worth.
So it came with the jug to make the stuff in, and then all the ingredients: the hops, the yeast, the grains.
Yep.
And so we did that whole process.
We optionally supplied
We
honey.
did.
So
We
and I
did.
smell that in here.
Oh yeah, you can for sure get it, which I did not get before we bottled it. Maybe the carbonation really helps bring it out.
Yeah.
I'm somehow burpy already without having even
wow.
tasted this.
I'm excited.
Man, that's overexcitement. And then so there's a conditioning it.
Right.
After we boiled the wort and got the spent
Right.
grain out of there.
We can go into the details.
And then you want to do that later? Okay.
Well, we can.
And so after this carbonated in your basement for a couple weeks, then
Yep,
you
2
refrigerated
weeks.
it, and now we drink it today.
Yes. So
The
about a month
culmination
ago
of
we
many
started
things.
it. 2 weeks ago we started carbonating it, and here is the first sip. It's got good color.
It does have
Smells
good color. It's nice and cloudy.
Here we go. It's good. It's really good.
I am shocked that
Holy
actually tastes good.
shit.
God darn it.
Wow.
It has like a unique flavor to it too. Which could be a bad thing, but it tastes pretty good.
This is
It's
shocking
sweet.
that this tastes pretty good. Holy crap.
Holy craft.
We
We are artisans.
we are
We are
done.
the taste makers.
Cheers. We're
The
gonna have
dream makers.
flash cut to diarrhea.
I know.
all
I
night.
know. I'm so scared. Because this was not the most sanitized brewing process. We'll get into that later
should
too.
get
What
into
were you
that.
going to say?
I was just gonna say we made 2 growlers worth of this. The plan is we're drinking not even quite 2 growlers. This
Yeah,
one was
1
maybe
3/4,
3/4 full. We're gonna drink that here on the show. And for all you local Cold Cans Nation members, we'll find another time where we'll
All get
share
together
the second
and
growler.
Yeah, have some diarrhea.
Which is a full one. Yeah, unless we get violently sick tonight. I have to get on an airplane tomorrow morning, so I hope I don't.
No.
So yeah, let's jump into it as we drink this thing down. Well, first of all, I guess we should talk about how we like it. What's the
flavor?
taste?
Well, yeah.
It's
Like I
really-
was saying, I am surprised how good it tastes.
It's so solid.
And now, if we go into the flavor profile a little bit, it is sweet for sure.
Yeah,
Like that honey definitely comes out of it.
it works.
And then it has like a little bite of either bitterness or sourness at the end. Not in like a rotten way, but
In a
in
beer
like
way.
like this is actually beer. This has alcohol in it way.
this is This is I cannot express how happy I am that this is this good. If I bought this and paid premium money for this, I'd be satisfied.
Put it in a can that employs a decent graphic designer, and then I would enjoy this.
Yeah.
Put it in a sexy little can. And I mentioned this when we were bottling it. Yeah. This is bullshit. All the other beers we drink are bullshit. They should be better than they are.
Mm-hmm.
When we were bottling it, I said, this smells like Natty Light or something. So it smelled like beer, but not good beer. And now all that smell is gone.
Yeah. No, it must have been that carbonation phase that added more of that flavor.
Something. Yeah.
So
like
let's talk
aerates
that through.
It more or something. Yeah.
So Nick was talking about everything that was in the kit, big ass jug, this bag of grains, and then hops, like different types of hops. And so one of the first thing it tells you to do is make sure that sanitization is the key to everything.
Yes.
Well, Nick pointed out before the show, on this growler, there's dog hair.
Mm-hmm.
I could see dog hair in the pot as we were brewing this beer.
I know, you could see like wafting over and going into the pot. It was beautiful, really.
Sanitation was not... We did the best we could do. We used the sanitized solution. We cleaned all the tools.
Which I'm not exactly sure how that works. It was this little pouch with powder in it, and it said mix this with a gallon of water and then soak them for 30 seconds,
and then everything
lay them on clean paper
sanitized.
towel, and then apparently you can conduct surgery with these things.
Yeah, that is weird. I wonder what that does.
I know. Maybe it was like powdered bleach or something akin to that.
Oh no.
It's got to be something though that like kills germs on contact.
Yeah, I guess. I'm looking up sanitizing
spermicide.
powder.
It was spermicide. Powdered spermicide.
It's not going to do anything to me. I've been blank for a long time.
Yeah. That's too bad, Joe.
No rinse cleaner. This exists. Oh, it is. It's when I Googled it, powder is almost specifically for like home brewing beer and winemaking.
Huh. So it must not have an adverse effect on the flavor of something.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Environmentally friendly, non-harsh, uses no acids, no chlorine. I don't know what it does, but yeah, it cleans your equipment quickly and easily, save time, save money. Non-toxic, oxygen-based, and it's for
oxygen-based. Oh, so it's like OxyClean.
Yeah,
Billy
something
Mays.
like that. Billy Mays, yeah.
R.I.P.
Until that Vulture, his like buddy, came in and just started selling it immediately, which is kind of weird. They ran that reality show. It was Billy Mays and this other guy. They ran a reality show.
The ShamWow guy?
No, it's the guy who currently does OxyClean.
Unless
I dreamed of this reality
together?
show, and I don't think I did, but maybe I did.
You should pitch it to VH1.
If I did, I'm in. No, it was like be an infomercial guy, and people would come and like pitch not their inventions, but they're trying to be infomercial people.
Oh, the
Billy Mays
host.
and this guy did it, and then Billy Mays died from hitting his head in an airplane. He banged his head.
What? I thought it was like cocaine.
Well, maybe it had something to do with it. But what I read was he hit his head. He stood up, banged his head on the luggage rack, and died.
Instantly.
No.
Or like later, like his brain was bleeding and he didn't realize it.
Yep. I'll look it up.
Oh my goodness.
Billy Mays.
I'm glad we got into airline talk here. Because that's...
Here's Billy.
Uh-huh.
Man,
I liked Billy. Yeah.
That beard. Like
he was like a Al Borland successor.
Yeah, he was found unresponsive. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Initially, there was incorrect speculation that he died of a head injury after he was struck on the head by luggage after an airline landing mishap where tires blew out.
Oh, no.
But this was incorrect speculation, so I apologize for almost propagating that.
This has now turned into my favorite murder.
After
reading
an initial
Wikipedia
autopsy
and being guffawed.
He suffered from hypertensive heart disease. And heart disease was likely the cause of his death.
Okay. So he had a heart attack.
Well, according to a toxicology report, heart disease was the primary cause of death, and cocaine was the contributory cause of death.
Okay. So like accelerated his heart problems.
Okay, that's a shame.
All right,
so you were right. I thought I had heard the incorrect speculation.
Gotcha. I think I remembered it because OxyClean, is a white powdery substance. And it was probably, a joke back in the day.
Oh, that he was like snorting OxyClean.
Yeah, sure. Somebody swapped in cocaine for it. R.I.P. Billy. I always liked those infomercials. I watched way too many of them.
Yeah, I saw them all the time.
Waste of my childhood.
He was got a big ass piece of glass or something out there, and he'll wipe that thing off, and It's gone.
Well, it was
The
clothes
carpet,
mostly.
The clothes, the carpet,
Yeah.
everything. It cleaned everything. That was the whole thing. You just get
It's
a
oxygen-based,
big
baby.
jug of this. It's just oxygen.
And it
it'll clean
leads to
all.
this clean beer we have today. Thank
Yeah, I
you,
was gonna
Billy,
say,
for your sacrifice.
Pulling that yarn back, I don't remember where we came from here. But
The cleaning solution,
So we were pretty sanitized throughout, except for an incident that Nick
the
had.
Fuggle incident.
You want to talk about the Fuggle incident?
So we had to add the aroma hops at the very end after the wort had boiled for a while. And
Wort is unprocessed beer. We've covered this on the show.
Right. It's beer that doesn't have alcohol in it yet. And it came in this little pouch. I had torn off the top, let you smell it, and then I smelled it, and then I dumped it into the thing. I looked into the pouch, and there was one little hop still hanging out. So then I went back and tried to just a little shake in there, and then I lost the package, and it went into the wort for like 5 seconds. Grabbed it with my very clean fingers.
Yeah.
And
So
it survived.
We created magic is what
Yes.
we did. What we did is learn something.
This would taste different if that didn't happen.
Absolutely would.
Makes you think.
Because the point was like it impacts how the yeast digest. It basically adds bacteria to the beer, which then impacts how the yeast works. And
worse flavor, essentially.
You're going to spoil it. It's going to taste shitty. But this does not taste shitty. It's still like insane to me that this tastes pretty good.
I know. It's fun. It's
It
fun
is a
that it
lot of
was
fun.
like the steps weren't that hard or impossible. Like the equipment isn't impossible that you need beyond the kit.
Yep, the kit was
And it's just a lot of waiting.
kit was $45. Like it's not
Oh,
a
wow.
crazy amount. And that's with the ingredients and everything, and then it's reusable. So you just buy the ingredients from the same company.
Uh-huh.
You can make more beer.
Nice.
But
Yeah, it
it's-
was cool how it was like all measured out, I guess.
Yeah. So just kind
made
of
it
dump it
easy.
all in.
Right,
Yeah. It's
right.
like Blue Apron.
Hey now.
Shashuka
That's
peppers.
right. That should be on our history page as well.
The Blue Apron ads?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn it.
That
We'll
was
add that back again.
And the Jewel controversy.
Yeah. Oh, that was very internal. That's very inside baseball.
We've talked about that on here.
Listeners knew about Jewel?
I think so. I think we mentioned it.
Yeah. You
We
just
could
had a
have been
Jewel
rich.
ad on your computer.
I did. Jewel's everywhere.
Yeah, well, we could have been reading Jewel ads.
We could have been on the ground floor of Jewel.
Could have been just
Both be
raking it
addicted
in.
to nicotine and rich as hell.
Yeah. So, okay. So we basically brewed all that beer, created this wort.
Yep.
The spent hops look like baby shit, but you eventually kind of siphon.
And my shit on some days,
Right,
if I'm
yeah,
being
sure.
honest.
Most days for me. And you siphon all that out into a jug, and then you leave all the solid particles like the hops, the spent
Yep.
hops and everything that
The
you dump
yeast,
in there.
yeah.
Leave all that in, you throw that away, and then you siphon the liquid into a jug. It doesn't look
The
like beer.
siphoning process was fun, by the way.
It was. You like stick one half the tube in water, which
Mhm.
starts sucking it out, and then you put it into the beer. I don't remember. I don't know how that works physics wise. I didn't really understand.
I'm not
it.
exactly sure either.
But the beer was basically, we had it to a point where we had just a tube.
Gravity, baby.
We just had a tube in the pot, and it was just all funneling into the jug. And then it didn't look like beer, had sediment on the bottom and everything. Let that sit in a dark basement for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And it immediately started like carbonating. The yeast was doing its thing, releasing CO2. So you let it carbonate out through a tube off the top of the jug into like a glass of water. So it's a closed loop.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no air exposed to the beer. And the carbonation, it just lets that gas out into that glass of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 2 weeks, it stops carbonating or whatever. And you just take it out. I don't know what we did. We boiled some water or something. Oh, we put sugar in it.
Yep, made like a simple syrup, basically.
Yep, simple syrup. We just boiled some sugar water. We put that jug of wort into the sugar water,
Mhm.
mixed that around, and put it in growlers. And that was
Yep,
it. That's
and
the
that
end
was
of it.
that was to carbonate it at the very end. Was to give the yeast a little more stuff to snack on, apparently,
Right.
to carbonate.
And the ingredients were just the yeast, 2 different types of hops, one for flavor, one for aromatics,
Yep.
and honey. We put like 3 tablespoons of honey. Probably put a little more in. I can taste honey.
It's
for sure,
very honey
which
forward.
is crazy
Yeah.
that it's that strong.
Yep. And then the grain, of course, that we soaked in the grain bag.
Right, the grain
initially.
bag, which would look disgusting. We just discard that too, and that's it. And yeah, we're 2 jackasses that don't know what we're doing.
Pure
and
magic.
This thing smells good.
12
It
cans
looks
Colsch.
good. It doesn't carry like a bunch of sediment or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the right carbonation. It tastes delicious.
Yeah, the color's nice. I should get a picture of.
We need to start
Or
taking pictures
stuff
of all
here.
of this. Well, pour me another. Let me get you more beer, Nikki. Here we go. Give me your cup.
Oh yeah, I was honestly thinking I should go slow so I don't die. Oh, this is a nice picture. The laptop lights like illuminating your glasses as you pour.
Oh, yeah. I'm pouring. Sorry, this isn't good podcasting for people, but we're taking pictures, and you can look at these on our Twitter feed and Instagram. You still doing Instagram?
Occasionally. The last one I put up was a picture, I guess, from the last episode. Zach, ZP, and RD, and JG, and NP.
I feel like I have to apologize for that episode. I got a little drunk.
Yeah, you were texting me earlier that you were a little drunk. I mean, I was pretty drunk too. Yeah,
I'm never like drunk on this show, and I was in that episode. Well, that's because we had
You're
done
never
margaritas.
Drunk on this.
Oh, that's not true. I maybe sounded. I was a little out of it there. I think not out of it. That sounds bad.
I think it was the excitement of having the guest. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe
I wasn't myself either.
Yeah.
Something overcame me.
You were.
I was actually having fun.
Possessed. You actually enjoyed it. I had a margarita beforehand. I was definitely feeling something.
Well, and yeah, we were at a brewery before then, and you had been drinking since noon, I think, right? Because you were golfing with Braden.
Oh, that's right. But
Brad.
wow, that wasn't particularly heavy.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I apologize to Cold Cans Nation for my actions in last week's episode. But this beer, I mean, so we talked about the brewing process of it. We've talked about the flavor of it. It's really good. I encourage people to go try to make their own beer.
Yeah, go do it. It's a very passive hobby, obviously. Like it's a few bouts of activity and then you're doing a lot of waiting. Yeah, but those bouts of activity have to be sort of precise, or they should be, to get a good product.
Yep. You have to be clean and careful with it.
And so if you have burping in the mic, honey ale's wreaking its vengeance. If you have a dark space that you could condition these things, if you have a kitchen, decently big pot, do it.
That's all you need is a big ass pot.
Yeah, go buy a kit.
Yeah,
try out some of the other ones. Don't get the honey one. We already did it. It's not cool anymore.
We've turned it into the Cold Cans Colsch.
Yeah,
so it's the Colsch.
Not a white ale anymore.
Yeah, it's inexpensive and it's just a fun little hobby to do. To your point, like I think that initial burst of activity was. We were there for a while, maybe 3 hours or so.
Yeah, doing the boiling. You boil in a lot of water.
We overboiled it, went all over the stove, the wort. Right. It was a brand new stove.
All over your brand new stove.
No, it cleaned right off, actually.
Well, that's good. It's a good stove.
Put some soap on it, and it just came right off.
Clean.
So yeah, beware of the boiling water. And it was just simple to do. It was, and to what we said, it was a lot of fun.
And most of all, it was fun.
It was. I had a really good day that day.
It was fun, yeah. And it gave us an excuse to check back in every 2-3 weeks or so or whatever.
Yeah, we
meet up.
Don't talk to each other.
Right. Well, I'm not saying that, but it was just like we have this shared activity now. That's fun. You don't always get that.
No, yeah, I loved it. It was, and I kind of loved the science experiment part of it. I was very nervous 20-some minutes ago before we started this and opened that thing up. And when you opened it up and there was carbonation during the intro music,
a lot of carbonation, yeah.
I got very excited. I was nervous, like somehow the growler was going to fuck with like the carbonation, but no.
Yeah, I was anticipating this for a long time. Like I was looking forward to this. That never happens in life.
Yeah, it actually like. Back in the day, I used to look forward to packages. You'd order something online.
Hell yeah.
It would take like 2.5 weeks
I still
to
do.
get there. Yeah, but now it's just packages are how we just do everything.
It's an afterthought sort of. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's such a basic necessity or whatever, basic part of life now.
Right. When we used to do, you order something in a magazine, it's like 6 to 8 weeks to deliver. Like you're just like thinking about that thing for forever, which is great. Now it's just like whatever, like movie releases. I get excited about video game releases.
Okay.
Otherwise, what do I anticipate? Vacations, I guess.
Yeah, travel's fun.
Sure. But no, nothing like this. This was something different. It's like in 2 weeks exactly.
Right.
We can pull this thing out of that basement and try it. That was cool.
I'm
so happy it worked.
I'm very happy it worked too. Speaking of mail stuff, I ordered some wine in the mail the other day or the other
That's right.
week.
You joined a wine thing.
I temporarily joined one. I did their sampler pack, and then I dropped out of the race. But it was fun. It's nice. They send you a big ass box of wine, and then you just have all those wine bottles sitting there.
Have you tried any of them?
Yeah, I've had 6 of them. I think 6 of the 9.
Jesus, when did you get it?
I had some events. Celebrations.
Look, I didn't want to question you. Was there anything good? Anything you can recommend?
They're pretty nondescript. I would say they weren't mind-blowingly good.
How much?
This is good wine, though.
How much is it per bottle?
It was about, I don't know, $8-9 a bottle
Right.
for like decently good wine made by independent winemakers. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's a cool thing. Mail's fun. I love the USPS.
Gotta love
Shout
USPS. Send us more beer over USPS. A few of you have already done it.
That's right.
You're goddamn lunatics. Actually, some of the people that sent us Santos beer back in the day are getting
That's
married to one
right.
another. I'm going to their wedding tomorrow.
That's right.
Flying
Down
down
in
there.
Santa Barbara.
Going down to California, witnessing their awesome wedding. I'm
Looking
very
forward
excited.
to it.
Oh, yeah. Devin's going to be in the wedding.
Oh,
and
nice.
She's really excited about that.
By the way, in that opening bit,
Yeah.
if we roll back the tape, when you said my wife, you were about to say, I think you're about to say my name instead of Devin's.
What?
You're like, my wife, Devin Glock.
No, well, okay.
It was probably because you were reading ahead, and my name was next in the list.
Dr. Freud.
Hey, paging Dr. Freud. My buddy's got a boner over here.
Paging Dr. Freud, there must be a banana peel on the ground because we just watched a slip.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I was waffling between saying Joey's wife. So I kind of
Joey.
stumbled over like doing that. And then I decided to do it dryly. I kind of wish I wouldn't have laughed. There's one paragraph where I laughed.
Yeah, but that's
it was
fun.
Funny. It was funny and it made me laugh out loud. What are you doing here?
I
You
was
taking more pictures?
No, I was pulling up the image I sent you for Santa Barbara yesterday.
Oh, God. That was
This was on the
crazy.
back of a travel catalog that got sent to my house.
They were trying very hard.
Yeah, here's the ad. There's wanderlust. Then there's giggling through a grove of regal redwoods before
part.
pedaling along the palms on your afternoon boardwalk beach cruise.
God.
That's more than beautiful. It's Santa Barbara sublime.
What's the deal with the alliteration?
I
Why did they have to do that?
know what's happening there.
Can you do that to get palm?
Okay,
Just
sure.
the middle ones.
Then there's giggling through a grove of regal redwoods before pedaling along the palms on your afternoon boardwalk beach cruise.
Good God.
Hey, that's more than beautiful. It's Santa Barbara
Barbara
sublime.
Santa Barbara sublime. You don't need the word sublime there. That's more than beautiful. That's Santa Barbara. Isn't that good enough?
Probably. That's sort of been overplayed, though, is to just have your brand or, I guess in this case, city as the punchline. So maybe they were going beyond that.
That's Santa
like,
Barbara
what's the feeling
sublime.
that's, yeah. It's like knocking you over the head with the feeling you're supposed to be getting.
So it's more than just beauty. It's sublime. Santa Barbara's unique.
It's Santa
brand
Barbara
of
sublime.
Well, I'm about to experience. I've never been down there before, so we'll see.
I've been through. It's cool. Like,
Oh,
there's
yeah?
some old architecture.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we'll be there for like 5 days. So
I remember this old church that was there that you can kind of go into, and it's really, or like you can do a tour of. It was really pretty. It has some nice outlooks or lookouts and architecture things. You can look up at the ceiling, you know those spots.
I love
Like the
looking up.
Wisconsin Capitol, you go in the middle and you look up.
You look up.
There's stuff like that in there.
Nothing better than doing a tourist destination where the primary part of that attraction is just looking up. Look right up there. You see that up there? Look it up there. Or going up and then looking down. That's another big one. Go to this vista. Look down there.
That's true. You're onto something here, Joe.
Go up to the tower.
Joe takes down the tourism industry.
Yeah, want to hear me rip it apart, drag it, and then eventually get paid by it? I'll be like on some board of the
Yep.
of tourism.
Vegas Tourism Board.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of my least favorite attractions, and they're always the number one attraction of like all cities, Seattle included,
Because it's easy.
is go way up there, take a big elevator up there, and then you can look down there. That's it. And you go up there for what? 15 seconds, and you go, whoa, this is kind of a cool view. And then you're like, okay, what now? Like, get back in the elevator and go down. Well, let's go eat.
Yeah. I
That's
want to plop
bullshit.
my butt.
Don't do Vista stuff. All right, let's move this along.
Yeah, what are we doing today? We don't have a lot to talk about besides the
we
beer
went through
brewing
the
process.
Beer. It was great.
Yeah, it was
and
fun.
This was a really cool thing. I'm really happy we did it.
I am too.
We're gonna go through all our promises. We will cash in on
Well,
them.
this is episode 89, I think. So we have 11 episodes left to do all those other live
two live shows and
the Cold Can Summit.
well, we theoretically could do the summit any time, even after
Yes.
the whole series wraps.
Yes.
Um,
But we are getting to the stretch run here.
yeah,
leading
that's
to the
true.
end.
It'll be 10 more episodes after this.
Leading to the
What do you
end.
think about that?
I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about it for a long time, and we started over 2 years ago.
Yeah, and
It'll be fun to, put a bow on it.
reading that
come up with another idea.
Reading that history it made me happy. Mm-hmm. Man, there's a lot of shit that's happened. We tried a lot of stupid shit.
Forget about a lot of it.
Yeah,
which is probably good.
Yes, it is. But it was good to rehash. Yeah, yes. I'm excited too. I think that we should do one more re-rank before we actually end the thing. We're gonna have to come up with the perfect beer for beer number 100. I don't know what that is yet.
Right.
But we'll figure all that out. But it's certainly the stretch run if we stick to it every week, which we always do.
Well, what if the last episode is the re-rank? Doesn't that make some sense?
Well, then it wouldn't be 100 beers though. We need to still do 100 beers. Number 100 can't just be a re-rank. Oh, shit. You know what this means?
That we haven't done 100 beers because that one episode is a re-rank?
We already did a re-rank episode, which was number whatever.
Did we introduce a new beer on that episode?
No.
God darn it.
Hold on. Let me look it up.
We got 101 episodes to do?
I'll look it up. Yeah. Well, no.
We'll
end up doing like 102.
My Cruella DeVille. 101 Cold Cans episodes. Yikes.
Yeah, number 40 is Power Hour. The rankings are out of whack. Time for a rankings reconciliation.
Okay, let's see how many beers are on the rankings page. There are 88 beers on the rankings page.
So this is our 90th episode then. However, this will only be our 89th beer because one of the episodes, number 40.
We would have still numbered it though, right? Because we've just been numbering the episodes,
So what happened?
We must have introduced a new beer on that episode.
No, we didn't.
Oh, my goodness.
There's 88 beers. And was this episode number 88? What was Ham's? Ham's beer.
Ham's was 88. So episode 40 is listed as the Power Hour.
So what happened? How can that be? Did we miss? We missed one on the ranking, I bet. I bet the rankings page doesn't have every beer we've done. That makes sense.
But the rankings page has 88 beers on it. So it would
make sense. We have an extra one. One somehow snuck in there. Hey, listeners, if you could figure this out, if you remember the Power Hour episode,
this enigma.
If you have any idea how we possibly have 88, where this extra beer came from, let us know. Find us on Twitter and Instagram.
Hey, and if you ever have extra beer anytime, give me a call.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, help you drink it.
Nick will come help it out.
How's the beer at this point? How do you like your second glass?
I think listeners aren't going to believe how much I like this beer. And I get that like a part of it is like you look at your own baby and it's always the cutest baby in the world. Mm-hmm. But man, is this a cute baby. I love this baby. I want to just smooch his.
It's a kissable baby.
Goo goo gaga.
It's a pinchable.
Yeah, pinch cheeks.
I want to change his baby's diaper.
Well, we did already. We changed the wart right out of the diaper.
True. That's true. Now it's graduating from college and gonna go work at Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
And I've never been prouder.
I've been prouder. And
go ruin the world, son.
Yeah, it's tasty. It's a tasty snack. It's grown into my son. So, okay, let's get to the... Do we have any mailbag this week?
I didn't see any mailbag.
What's the beer
I'm not on the
score?
Twitter. This is...
Soon to be.
5.1 out of 5.
Wow.
Pour it down my fucking pathetic throat.
I'm
also going to stop swearing.
That's their
My mom's visiting in a couple weeks.
How many times have you said that on this show that you're going to stop swearing?
It's a good look into my inner...
Your innards?
My innards and my thought process. Constant self-hate.
Yeah.
Joe, we got into that a little bit on the Hams episode, that you don't feel like you have permission to do anything.
Well, you have permission to swear. We have permission to do...
I know, but we should dive back into that at some point. It doesn't have to be this episode. We've been going on for a bit now.
Yeah, I don't know. You get imposter syndrome, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what didn't give me imposter syndrome? Our beer making skills.
We're better
than... We did a
than
good job.
Ryan at Pyramid. We're better than him now.
We're going to reach out.
That was his name.
Hey, Brian Altworth?
No, Ryan.
Oh, the Pyramid Brewer.
Oh,
you mean... that guy's way better than we are at making beer. I'm thinking of the beer guy.
Yeah.
Altman. Brian Allworth. He can...
Something Allworth.
He can fuck right off.
Yeah.
You know how pissed he'd be if he drank this beer and it was this good? Let's rank it.
Stomach can't take it.
I know, I'm sick. I'm so sick. Something's rotten in the beer.
Okay, let's rank it.
I'm looking through the tiers.
I mean, let's cut the shit. It's going cream of the crop.
Of course it is. I'm in cream of the crop, and I have it in a very specific spot.
Oh.
You want me to go first, or do you want to go first? Or I actually kind of like the thing we've been doing of on three.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, we can do. Let me look at it.
All right.
Because
So
I
let's
want to
read
be
out-
legit. I don't want to just throw it at the top like a fucking moron.
Let's read out cream of the crop. There's 12 beers in it.
Pardon
and
my language.
I'll read from taint to tip, 12 to 1. Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale, Optimism Brewery Before the Dawn, Radaburger, La Fin du Monde, Travelin' Like Kolsch, Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing IPA, Prima Pills, Rodenbach Grand Cru, Spotted Cow, Lagunitas Nighttime Ale, Pyramid Snowcap Winter Ale, and our number 1, Pseudo Sue. Okay. I know where I have it.
Okay, I have a spot.
Is this
Ready?
number 1? Oh, I'm feeling a bit of a tingle.
Oh no.
Breathing exercises. The fox jumped over the what did they say when people are
Fox
warming
jumped
up?
over the lazy cat. Or
Thank
whatever
you.
It is.
That's a
I don't
typing
think
exercise.
that's quite it, but
Anyway,
something
all right.
like that. Okay.
On 3, 2, 1, we say it.
3,
2,
2,
1, 9. Wow. So you have it below
You had
Spotted
it-
Cow, above Rodenbach Grand Cru, and
Yep.
I had it above La Fin du Monde, below Travelin' Like Kolsch.
I don't mind where you have it because
No.
I really liked Traveling Like Colsch, honestly.
I did too, and I really like Hazy Little Thing IPA. Those were the two. But I think I like this better than Rodenbach Grand Cru, a world class all-time beer, and Prima
Hey,
Pills.
that's Jeff Allworth's territory.
Right. I like the idea of you putting a stopper at number 4 Spotted Cow. You're not going to go that far.
Yeah, yeah.
And I agree
And that
with
one
that.
like had the nostalgia tied to it
Right.
more than this does because you and I did this together. But that's also a beer we've enjoyed many times together.
Right.
In better circumstances, like your wedding, for instance.
Right.
So I couldn't put it above that.
So, but would you go above Traveling Like Kolsch? I'm fine with going higher. You have it at 5.
I mean, I did like Traveling Like Colsch, Sierra Nevada, a little hazy thing. Prima
This
Pills,
is really
Rodenbach.
good. What I'm
It's
drinking
good.
is really
It's the
good.
labor of our loins.
I also think that people aren't going to believe that it's this good. People are rolling their eyes.
Okay, we need to save the other one
We're gonna
so
save the
someone
other
can
one.
have it on the show.
And then we'll do a
Verify.
mailbag thing where they validate
Brooks,
or
Kamish,
tear us
if
down.
you're listening, God knows you haven't been lately,
Wow.
hit us up and come on the show. Try our Galdang beer. Come up from your ivory tower down in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually been at the state capitol with a gun the past couple of weeks. You
What?
haven't been following that?
No.
There's like militias in Oregon.
Oh, and Brooks is leading it?
Yeah.
So he's the chairman of Cold Cans Nation or whatever we've called him, and also of
And,
the militias
yeah,
in
he has-
Portland.
A very big private stock of firearms.
He's also in his ivory tower, the number 1 tourist destination in Portland, looking down on everything. He
Oh,
takes
right.
people up,
The,
and people can look right over there.
Whatever it's called.
No,
Alan. No, not Alan. What's it called?
this is just a callback
Oh,
to
it was
me
just a
saying
bit. Because that is a big thing to do in
Is it?
Portland.
Go up to the top
You go
of
up to this
thing?
like mansion and then you can see everything. It's cool to see things though, Joe.
Not.
You
It-
love
what?
going to my apartment so
You-
you can see the mountains.
I do like
You
that.
love
But
it.
that has nothing to do with like elevation. I just like seeing the mountain.
I think they're intertwined.
No, you can see the mountain from you can go down the
But that's the
boardwalk by
thing. When you're
pier
a
and see
tourist,
the
like
mountain.
how many there are definitely spots where you can see the mountain, many spots. But almost all of them are like sanctioned in
True.
some way.
Fine. If it's something like, oh, we have to get a look at this mountain, that's fine. But when it's just look out at this city, it's like I don't care what the city skyline looks like in Chicago, in Toronto, any of these places where you go up and you look out, there's the city. I want to go into the city and see what's there. I don't want to look at
You're
it
scoping
from
it
way
out.
over here. You finding the best restaurant up there? It doesn't make any sense.
My
Nick-
Google lenses will show me as I look around. I'd be like, bing, 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 5 stars on Yelp. Joe Glock gives the thumbs up.
Bing, bang, boom. You leave it on behalf of me, you son of a bitch? I want this at number 5, where you had it.
Yeah, I do like the spot because it's fuck Jeff Allworth. It's not above Spotted Cow.
But it's above Rodenbach Grand Cru. We have the audacity to say it.
The
Who's going to
audacity of
update
hope.
Who's going to update the website? Because now that's 84
You got
things.
You
we
did
have
it
to go
last
through.
time. I'll do it this time.
Yeah.
Because I went on there and I checked and you
That's
had
the
done
best
it and
news
I
of the night.
appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate that you
Since
checked.
all our interns have quit.
Well, we still have Matt on the ones and twos, but we took the mic away, so he can't contribute.
That's right. Thanks for all your help, Matt.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And we're not giving you any of this beer. It's too good, and we're going to have to finish this growler ourselves. So there's some beer left. We're going to keep drinking out of this growler. Again, if you're in Seattle listening to Cold Cans Nation, if you're part of Cold Cans Nation in Seattle and listening, reach out to us, and we'll organize a time to have this second growler so you can validate, and we'll get your thoughts on Mike. Maybe we'll put him on a future episode.
Yeah.
But this is
Thanks
our new...
for being here today. I'm queuing up the music.
Yeah, you're all good. He's got his new Mac, so he's queuing with the Mac band. Look at this fucking Rockefeller. Number 5, Nick, I'm proud of us.
Number 5 new beer. Cheers, Joe. Here's to us.
Here's to us.